Hi, welcome to the next session of Bioorganic and Medicinal Chemistry. This session will include enzyme kinetics. Before we start discussing the topic that is enzyme kinetics, let us first learn about the topic chemical kinetics. Chemical kinetics is the branch of chemistry which deals the rate of a chemical reaction as well as the mechanism of the reaction. Now, a question arises, why a chemical reaction take place? Chemical reaction takes place through collision between the reactant molecules, which involves breaking of bonds in reactant molecules and formation of new bonds in product molecules. Since the number and nature of bonds are different in different substances and the rate of chemical reaction differ a lot from one another. On the basis of these discussion, there are two types of reaction, slow reactions and fast reactions. In slow reactions, the reactions proceed slowly and their rates can be measured by conventional method. Example, inversion of cane sugar in aqueous solution. While in fast reaction, the reactions are too fast and cannot be measured by conventional method. Example, many ionic reactions such as neutralization of acids by bases and organic substitution reactions. Enzyme kinetics. The activity of an enzyme depends on a number of external factors such as temperature and hydrogen ion concentration. These factors should be kept constant while studying the kinetics of the enzyme catalyzed reaction. Enzyme kinetics can be studied in two parts. First, energy of activation and steady state enzyme kinetics. According to the concept of activation energy, all the molecules cannot take part in the chemical reaction. It is only a certain number of molecules called active molecules which could take part in a chemical reaction. Thus, the reactants do not pass directly to the product but must first require necessary energy to pass over an energy barrier known as the activated state or transition state as shown in figure. From the figure, it is clear that out of all the molecules of reactants, only a small fraction contains enough energy to react, that is threshold energy. Increase in temperature makes more molecules to acquire energy equivalent to threshold energy. In fact, these enzymes help in the formation of enzyme substrate complex, has high energy and makes the reactants with strained bonds. Therefore, they react at faster rate. It may also be said that in presence of enzyme, energy of activation to reach transition state is lowered as shown in figure. From the figure, it is clear that all free energy change under standard condition of temperature and pressure of reaction remain unaltered. The enzyme catalyzes both forward as well as backward reaction of equilibrium to the same extent. Since standard free energy is not changed, equilibrium constant also remain unchanged, but equilibrium is achieved quickly. Proportion of reactants and products of catalyzed as well as uncatalyzed reaction also remain same. The second part of kinetics of enzyme action is steady state enzyme kinetics. A mechanism for the kinetics of enzyme catalyzed reaction was proposed by biochemist L. Michaelis and M. Menton in 1913, which suggested the following steps. In steps 1, The enzyme combines with the reactant to form an enzyme substrate complex which remains in equilibrium with the enzyme and substrate, where E is the enzyme and S is the substrate, and ES is an enzyme substrate complex. In second step, the enzyme substrate complex ES can decompose to form products with simultaneous regeneration of the enzyme, where P is the product. Experiment shows that true equilibrium would not be achieved in the first step because the subsequent slow reaction would be constantly removing the intermediate enzyme substrate complex. Generally, the enzyme concentration becomes far less than the substrate concentration. Hence, the steady state approximation can be used for the intermediate ES. According to the slow rate determining step, the rate of reaction is given by R is equal to K2 concentration of enzyme substrate complex. Using steady state approximation for ES, we get equation 2. Now concentration of enzyme cannot be experimentally measured. The equilibrium between the free and bound enzyme is given by the equation 3. On substituting the value of concentration of enzyme in equation 2, we get equation 5. On simplification of equation 5, we get equation 7. Now on substituting the value of concentration of ES in equation 1, we get equation 8. Now on dividing the numerator and the denominator by K1, we get equation 9, where the new constant Km, called the Michaelis constant, is given as equation 10. It is to be noted that Km is not an equilibrium constant. Equation 9 is known as Michaelis-Menten equation. Now, if it is assumed that all the enzymes has reacted with the substrate at high concentrations, the reaction will be going at maximum rate. No free energy will remain, so that concentration of total enzyme is equal to the concentration of bound enzyme. Hence, from equation 1, we get equation 11, where Vmax refers to the maximum rate. The Michaelis-Menten equation can now be written as equation 12. Here, two cases may arise. If Km is greater than concentration of substrate, then concentration of substrate can be neglected in the denominator and we get equation 13. This shows first order reaction. If concentration of substrate is greater than Km, then Km can be neglected in the denominator, giving equation 14 that shows zero order reaction. These two cases may be shown diagrammatically in figure. Now, if Km is equal to the concentration of substrate, then we get equation 15. Figure shows that the reaction rate of an enzyme catalyzed reaction gets changed from first order to zero order as the substrate concentration gets increased because each enzyme molecule is having one or more active sites at which the substrate must be bound in order that the catalytic action may take place. However, at very high substrate concentration, all the active sites get occupied at any time so that further increase in substrate concentration will not further increase the formation of enzyme substrate complex. Hence, Michaelis constant may be defined as equal to that concentration of substrate at which the rate of formation of product becomes half the maximum rate obtained at high concentration of substrate. The constant K2 in equation 11 is termed as the turnover number of the enzyme. The turnover number may be defined as the number of molecules converted in unit time by one molecule of enzyme. Now, it becomes difficult to determine Vmax directly from the plot of R against concentration of substrate. However, it becomes possible to rearrange equation 12, so it may be determined by the Lineweaver-Burke method. The Lineweaver-Burke method. On rearranging equation 12, we get equation 16. A plot of 1 upon R against 1 upon concentration of substrate will give a straight line whose intercepts on the x and y axis are minus 1 upon km and 1 upon Vmax and whose slope is km upon Vmax as shown in figure. The Lineweaver-Burke plot, though uses the reciprocals of highest reaction rates and concentration of substrate, but is a popular method for knowing velocity and Michaelis constant. I hope that you will like this session. Thank you. The next part of session will contain mechanism of enzyme action.